folks, I wanted to give you an introduction to what my expectations are for your demonstrative speech and give you an introduction to what a demonstrative speech is. Well, a demonstrative speech is a speech where you're literally teaching your audience to do something while you're doing it in front of them. So, for example, you may choose to teach your audience how to make brownies, and to do so, you would literally walk them through the steps of making brownies while you're making them brownies. Sounds pretty simple, right? This will probably be one of your more fun experiences of the course because it's just fun to teach other people how to do things. But here are some tricks and some tips for how to choose what you want to do. The first thing is you want to make sure that you know how to do what you're teaching your audience to do. Makes sense, right? But I cannot tell you how many times I've had students who got up and tried to make brownies when they've never cooked a brownie in a day in their life. Instead, choose something that you're very familiar with, that you've done as many times as possible, that you've done multiple times, and something that's simple that your audience can do immediately afterwards. So you don't want to teach them how to run linear equations on a supercomputer. I just made that completely up because they don't have access to those materials. They will never need to do that, and it's something that even if you taught us how to do it, we still wouldn't understand how to do it. So it needs to be something that's very simple. So now that we understand what some of the expectations are for how you should choose your topic, let's talk about how you actually earn points for this assignment. Let's go down to the Demonstrative Speech rubric. We're going to open it. And there we go. I already had a file open, so that was my problem. So you go over until you find the demonstrative speech highlighted. So there is a possible 50 points that you can earn for this speech. So you will get points for including your attention getter, your preview of main points, your materials for actually demonstrating what you're supposed to demonstrate, transitions, review of main points, your clincher, professionalism, preparedness, and time frame. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that I'm going to cover what these things look like in another video entitled Demonstrative Speech Outline. What you need to know is you need to have these things present, they need to be effective, and I need to be able to easily identify them. If all of those things occur, then you earn 5 points. If you didn't do very well at it, but you attempted, then you will earn 2.5 points. And if you didn't even attempt, you will earn 0 points. And that's from the attention getter all the way down to the clincher. The next area that you're being graded on is your professionalism. So you need to be dressed appropriately. Now, this can mean that if you were doing your speech on something in the kitchen where you're cooking something, that can mean that you're wearing an apron and you have your hair tied back. Or if you're doing something with showing us how to saddle a horse, that may mean that you're not in your Sunday best. That's okay. But what it means is you follow those guidelines that I've attached, that I've laid out, that goes over what my requirements are for professional dress. If you do that, then you may earn 5 points. You also need to stay distraction free. That means you don't have a bunch of noises going on in the background. You don't have fancy things happening in your video. You literally just want to have you on the video speaking. I don't want to see any graphics, any animations, any music in the background. Those are all huge distractions, especially for me as someone that's grading. Those things just make me want to fixate on what's going on outside of you speaking. We want to hear you speak and want to be focused on you speaking. So stay distraction free. Those are the 2 areas that I'm grading you under professionalism. Next, you need to be prepared. I don't want to see you fumbling with your materials, or forgetting what your process is, or not having your materials organized. If you don't fumble with your materials or process, and your materials are organized in front of you, then you'll earn 5 points. But if you fumble with your materials or process, you'll only earn 2.5. And if you do both, you fumble through your materials and your process, you will earn 0 points. The next area that you're being graded on is your time frame. Your speech should be between 5 and 7 minutes. If you fall between that, then you earn 5 points. If your speech is 30 seconds over or under time, then you earn 2.5 points. And if your speech is 31 plus points, or 31 or more seconds over or under time, you will earn 0 points for that category. So just like with your introduction speech, I'll highlight these things as you give your speech. I'll total your points and I'll provide you feedback, and then email this to you after I'm done grading all of them. I think that's all you need to know about the demonstrative speech for this video. You'll also need to watch the video on how to outline your demonstrative speech. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.